Hello, welcome to the Horror Vision Presents Blood and Coffee. I'm Sean. This is my coffee. And today I'm going to talk about a movie. Well, this is the Easter Sunday edition. And it brings me great joy to have spent my day. It's a holiday. It means absolutely nothing to me. I mean, it's great if it means something to you, that's fine. Uh, I didn't really know anything about the movie Immaculate. It slipped under my radar. I didn't know it was a horror movie, whatever. And I went to see it yesterday, and I've been thinking about it all day. And I think, talk about balls for these filmmakers to release this movie Easter weekend. It makes me so happy that they did. This is a movie that the Christian right is referring to as diabolical, sacrilegious, and pure evil. Uh, so Sydney Sweeney is the main actress. I know nothing about Sydney Sweeney. I know I saw trailers for a deeply irritating movie uh, for months before every movie I went to see, Anybody But You or something like that. I'm not saying that has anything to do with her other than she was in it, but that's the only preconceived anything I know about this actress. She actually, okay, so the story is she auditioned for this movie in 2014. The movie didn't get made. Rights lapsed. She bought the rights and then helped produce it. Uh, it is a script by Andrew Lobel, and it was directed by Michael Mohan, who I'm unfamiliar with all these people. Michael Mohan, apparently there's a movie included with Prime called Voyeurs that he directed that Sydney Sweeney is in. I'm going to seek that out. Doesn't look like a horror movie, but I'm interested anyway. I really liked Immaculate a lot. This is kind of a sleeper hit, I feel like, for 2024. I don't know if it's going to be in my top 10 of the year. It's been a good year so far, and we're about a quarter of the way through. But man, this surprised the hell out of me. I don't know if it was because I had low expectations or I mean, really no expectations, but it's about a girl who, played by Sydney Sweeney, goes to this convent to take the vows of poverty, chastity, and whatever the third one is, and basically become a nun and work with infirmed nuns at the end of their life. That's what this uh, convent in Italy does. And so, first of all, the location, I knew I recognized it. And I read an article on Fangoria today. It's the location from The Red Queen Kills Seven Times, which is an old Giallo. Not my favorite Giallo, but it's definitely pretty great. My boss turned me onto it like over a decade ago. He was such a big fan, he even got like, I think it was Arrow or somebody released a version of it that had like a doll of the Red Queen, which blew my mind. But anyway, it's fun little film. It was on Shudder for a while. I don't think it's on there anymore. But anyway, they used the same location and they actually used a music cue from that movie. And it fit perfectly because Immaculate feels very much like something that the Italians would have produced in the 70s. I understand that that was Michael Mohan's mission statement, and I love him for it. It takes place in this really creepy convent. It has a great opening scene. I mean, the opening scene, I feel like when you watch the opening scene, you'll be like, okay, I'm in. And it doesn't disappoint. It's a very lean movie. I mean, I think they said in this interview with Lobel, the writer, that it was like an 85-page script. It's a very lean movie, which I appreciate in the age of 3-hour movies. I don't have anything against 3-hour movies, especially if they're good 3-hour movies. They don't feel like 3-hour movies. This movie, it was very concise. It got to the point very quickly, and it just added an extra bit of punch to the overall experience of watching it because of that. Uh, she goes, takes her vows, and then immediately becomes pregnant, even though she is a virgin. And so there's a priest there who is head over heels, and he questions her constantly at first, like, you sure you never had sex with anybody, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, then so everybody is like standing when she comes into the room, like, oh, the Blessed Mother, you're going to give birth to the new Savior. And she is very iffy about this.
Out of all the women in the world, why did he choose me?
How can we trust what's inside you?
I don't want to go into any spoiler territory, but you avoid reading about this movie. I will just say I had read that the ending was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And it totally is. And I feel like there's a level of restraint with the ending that I was so impressed by, because there's something you want to see, they don't show it to you, and I think the movie was all the better for it. But overall, fantastic performances. There's some great gore. Not a lot of it. It's not a gory horror movie, but it doesn't shy away from that when it needs to be. And just great location. There's like the climax takes place in these catacombs under the church, and reminded me a little bit of Hannibal season 3 at the beginning of the catacombs that they kind of do a cat and mouse thing in. I guess because I just watched that. I would definitely recommend this movie. I say go see it in the theater, especially if you have one of the, like I'm a Regal Ultimate or Unlimited, whatever the fuck they call it. And this is, I would go see this again. I mean, it was that enjoyable, and like I said, it's lean. It happens fast, so it's all the better for it. And really, I definitely think people will dig this movie. Immaculate, go see it. I'm Sean. This is Blood and Coffee, the Horror Vision.
A pandemic of violence floods the streets of major cities as cases of the media-dubbed murder virus, MV20, soar, causing those infected to go on killing sprees. Caught in the middle, police detective Angela Miller finds her only trustworthy ally in the self-proclaimed psychic PI, Gerald Henry. As the two try to navigate the violence, they are drawn into New Age guru Abramelin Harvest's plot to heal the planet. Harvest's missive?
The world is sick, and humanity is the infection.
The cure? Murder. From the twisted mind of Sean C. Baker, author of A Collection of Desires and Shadowplay in Book 1, Kim and Jesse, comes his most vicious novel yet, Murder Virus. Available